Hit that like, subscribe button, and most of all, comment to let me know that I'm not the only one who procrastinates, please. So today, I want to dive in to an interesting topic that many of us can relate to. The idea that men often procrastinate on certain things, yet when it comes to providing for their families or working hard in their careers, they show up with resilience and dedication, right? It's a curious dynamic that raises the question, why do men sometimes delay or put things off, yet still find a way to be hardworking and dependable? To answer this, let's explore the psychology and brain wiring behind procrastination, how motivation plays a role, and why, despite procrastination tendencies, men excel in providing and fulfilling responsibilities. First, let's address procrastination. Procrastination is not just about laziness or lack of responsibilities. It often stems from how our brains are wired to react to different kinds of tasks and goals. Studies suggest that procrastination has a lot to do with the way our brains balance short-term, pleasure and long-term rewards. When faced with a task that doesn't give immediate satisfaction, our brains sometimes push us to, or us to delay it in favor of activities that provide instant gratification. This is why it's easy to binge watch a series or scroll, through social media instead of tackling a big project. Our brains are essentially trying to avoid discomfort by opting for something easier in the moment. Men in particular may experience this kind of response because of how the male brain typically approaches stress. Men are often wired to focus intensely on one thing at a time, which can mean that tasks that feel secondary or less urgent just, get delayed. For men, purpose plays a massive role in what gets done and when. If a task aligns with a man's core sense of purpose, such as providing for family or achieving career success or taking care of loved ones, he's more likely to prioritize it and work hard. Men tend to perform best when they can connect a task with a tangible outcome that aligns with their values and goals. This is one reason why men may procrastinate on tasks they view as less meaningful, even if they're necessary. But when something has a direct impact on their ability to provide, protect, or achieve, it taps into a deeper motivation, and they'll push past discomfort or delay, to get it done. So, why it might seem like procrastination, it's often a matter of prioritizing. Men are more likely to tackle things that connect with their sense of identity and purpose. Tasks that don't immediately fit into that narrative can get pushed back, to the back burner. The drive to work hard and provide is essential, deeply embedded in the male brain, in his heart, his soul. But historically, men were often the hunters, protectors, and providers, roles that required focus and resilience and physical effort. This drive has carried forward into modern times, manifesting in how men approach work and responsibility. Men's brains often have a stronger dopamine response to accomplishments and achievements. Dopamine is the neurotransmitter responsible for the feeling of satisfaction and reward. When men accomplish a task, especially one tied to their sense of purpose, they get a hit of dopamine, which reinforces the behavior and drives them to repeat it. This is one reason why men feel compelled to work hard, even if they may procrastinate on less rewarding tasks. In modern society, this drive translates to working hard in careers, striving to be successful, and providing for loved ones. Men are often driven by the idea of legacy and impact, which pushes them to work hard and achieve, even if they put off tasks that feel, less important. Another factor influencing procrastination is the impact of stress and pressure. Men often respond to stress by focusing on immediate solutions or diving into, like fight or flight mode, where they'll concentrate on solving the most urgent problem. When there's no immediate crisis, though, it's easy to fall into a relaxed state, allowing tasks that don't feel urgent just to get delayed, put on the back burner. But however, when the pressure is on, men ought to perform best. For example, many men find themselves doing their best work right before a deadline or in a high stakes situation. This is because their brains respond to the urgency by kicking into action mode, allowing them to push through and accomplish their goals. It's not necessarily that they wanted to procrastinate, rather, it's the brains, respond to the pressure in a way that activates their focus. So while men may procrastinate on things that don't feel urgent, they are often wired to step up and tackle high pressure situations, which is why they are so dependable when it comes to providing for their families or facing challenges head on, right? Excuse me. Testosterone, the hormone most associated with men, also plays a role in how men approach work and responsibility. Testosterone can drive competitiveness and a desire for achievement, which often motivates men to work hard, excel, and push beyond limits. It fuels ambition and a sense of pride in being able to achieve and provide, right? While this competitive drive can lead to impressive accomplishments, it can also create selective motivation. Men might procrastinate on tasks that don't challenge them or seem routine, but they'll dive headfirst into projects where they can excel, lead, or prove themselves. This competitive edge can make men particularly driven when it comes to responsibilities like work or providing for their families, even if other tasks fall to the wayside, right? Not the west side, to the wayside, to the back burner. But you might wonder how procrastination and hard work can coexist. The answer lies in prioritization and focus. Men have an incredible ability to focus intensely when they feel that something is of high value or critical importance. They're willing to work long hours, sacrifice comfort, and do whatever it takes when the stakes feel meaningful. For many men, providing for their family or achieving career success fits this mold, right? I'm used to working 14, 12, 18 hours a day. Men also tend to approach work responsible with results-driven mindset, their motivation by tangible outcomes and a sense of achievement. This outcome-driven focus is why they can push through fatigue and put in the hours needed to succeed, even if they might, delay tasks that don't yield the same sense of accomplishment. Man, like I said, I work, sometimes I work 18, 20 hours, 22 hours. But understand why men procrastinate yet still work hard is only half the story. Here are some tips that can help overcome procrastination while harnessing that drive to provide and achieve. One is set a clear goal, right? Tying goals to purpose makes a huge difference. When tasks align with a man's largest sense of purpose, he's more likely to stay motivated. Write down specific, actionable steps to bridge the gap between big responsibilities and smaller tasks. Break down tasks. Sometimes procrastination happens because a task feels too big. Breaking it down into smaller, manageable steps can make it easier to tackle. By focusing on one step at a time, men can build momentum and reduce the feeling of being overwhelmed. Another thing is since procrastination often happens due to a lack of immediate gratification, find ways to reward yourself after completing smaller steps. This could be like a short break, listening to a favorite song, or treating yourself to something you enjoy, right? Many men work best under pressure. So creating mini deadlines or setting time limits can simulate that sense of urgency. This helps trigger the focus and action that often come naturally under high pressure situations. Building consistent habits can help combat procrastination. When tasks become part of a daily routine, they're less likely to be put off. A regular schedule can help reinforce focus and create structure around goals also. And in closing, understanding why men may procrastinate yet work hard to provide can help us better support men in achieving balance and fulfillment. Procrastination doesn't define men. Rather, it's a byproduct of how our brains manage priorities, pressure, and purpose. Men are wired to protect, provide, and achieve. They thrive when their actions align with purpose and value. While procrastination can be a hurdle, embracing tips to stay focused, set goals, and break down the task can help men harness their full potential. So let's celebrate the strengths that men bring to the table, acknowledge the challenges of procrastination, and support each other in reaching our fullest capacity. With that, just hit that like, subscribe button, and leave in the comment. Let me know that I'm not the only one who procrastinates, man. Thank you, guys.